It's Madden NFL 23, and we've got Bobby Okereke. He put up numbers last week with a 9-tackle performance. It's the Texans and the Titans on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. Brandon Gunn with my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Titans in this matchup. They've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The numbers for him from a week ago: 3 catches, 55 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it'll be Titan football. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. He'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
He comes into this one ranked 9th in the NFL in rushing. I think that every member of that offense knows exactly where he sits. You can see it from every one of them out there. They're all fully committed to making this a game where he really breaks free and climbs a couple of spots.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he stopped immediately there. Fields going to keep it once more. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver, but that's your quarterback hitting top speed.
And to anyone who gets concerned when they see a quarterback running with the football, you just let him be himself. Let him be him. And I guess what you'd say there is, hard to hit, but you can't catch.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
On first down, they're going option left. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The Titans sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they've been playing well, really well. I mean, winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring it. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
Hands it off out of the gun.
He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They're going to look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot him. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. Yeah, they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
A big play that time on the catch and run, and it'll move the chains.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. On 2nd and 11 now. Fields. He gets it to Cooks. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Off play action, Fields.
And that will be incomplete. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. So it's a second missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the 4th down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it.
20! And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a pick 6 on the first play of the drive. And, Charles, we have our first points of the game, making it 6-0.
And while it's only 6 points in the first quarter, it certainly takes a lot of pressure off of them, doesn't it? They're in the lead. They have control. Now they just want to settle in and play their game and defend that advantage.
Extra point forthcoming. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Pierce now up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if you bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
It's a first down following a gain of 3.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, third and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They fell in their ball game last week. That was a loss to the Saints, but they're on top here as they begin this drive. A play fake, now Fields to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Again with a juke. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And they're using that in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
On first down, it's Fields. And that is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Fields going to keep it once more. And this is going to be a Titans first down as good running gets them to about the 44. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. 3rd and long. It's Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On now is the Titans punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Here's a handoff, and he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
Ball start. Offense.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay at a 7-point game. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Fields going to keep it once more. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Here's Fields. Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. On now is the Titans punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. He got 29 yards that time.
As crazy as it seems, this is something you should expect. Long passes downfield that get tipped in the air.
Yeah, this is what keeps the DBs up at night, though, these types of plays.
Drives them crazy because you actually practice it. It's called the tip drill. You're supposed to tip it up, and if it is up in the air, go get it. Instead, the offensive guy pulled it down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Pierce. And he's going to get this down near the 25. 2nd and 6. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. The fly route works for the TD ground.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Fields going right back to Wilson. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again is Fields. And he slings one that's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Fields. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. From just shy of midfield, Fields. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and it's the Colts who have the lead in that one. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And it was the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars that go home with the victory. Travis Etienne, a touchdown run in the victory. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. And meanwhile, for the Titans, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On play action, Fields. This one finds Wilson downfield. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Fields. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Up the middle with Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not doing it. It came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Another try for Barkley. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal.
Rolling to his left. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Justin Fields.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Right after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the 2nd half.
They make their 2nd half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
To Pierce, they set up the screen.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10.
Fields on 1st down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. And Oliver, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's going to go down again.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They begin with a run by Barkley.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields.
He gets it to Cooks.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Fields.
Oh, shifts past him.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Barkley, inside handoff. This carry with the extra effort
is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. And now we've got a stoppage for an injured player, and that appears to be Garrett Wilson, who is shaken up on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Titans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Defense.
Well, they've done a good job on these receivers. Pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. 70 yards. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The Titans on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. To throw is Fields. He'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. On now is the Titans punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. 2nd and 4. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they played this entire game? Not only did they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Out for the PAT, here's Sloman. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. A short kick taken at the 18. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now out comes Houston. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
The first down complete to number 17. 4 yards.
Looking to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And this one is incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And they'll run on the inside handoff. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Little choice, Charles, but to go for it right there, and that pick 6 will be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get, so really you're almost at the point of no option. Have to go for it. Bottom line, though, is defenders know that as well. They know you've got to throw the football. Had the right defense call, it will make a nice play on the ball, and that's all she wrote.
Sam Sloman for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. A short kick taken at the 18. Houston's offense taking over again. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. On now is the Titans punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escape, and this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? That's what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Taken in at the 11. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Titans on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here we go on 4th down. And the search is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down in the backfield. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
On the option right is Fields. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, 1st down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Titans, they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.